Good day, students. For this lesson, we are going to discuss about emphasizing a point. The most essential learning competency that we are going to achieve today is to formulate a statement of opinion or assertion. For our specific learning objectives, we also have the use of words and expressions that affirm or negate, and also the use of patterns and techniques of developing an argumentative claim. Have you experienced delivering a message to your classmates, friends, or even to your teachers? Well, I am sure you have experienced it. There are times when we need to convey the importance of a message to others. But why is it important to emphasize a point? It is important because the information or the topic that we are going to deliver is very essential, or maybe because the topic is very important to us, to our audience, or even to the organization. When emphasizing a point in speaking or even in writing, it is better if we do it in a specific way where it gets through the audience or even your readers and breaks through the clutter. We have to make sure that we engage our audience to what we want to deliver. Do you know that there are ways on how we emphasize our points to make it more influential to our readers or even to our listeners? These are the things that we are going to discuss in this lesson. I am sure that after this lesson, you are going to learn the techniques on how to emphasize a point. If we want to make our persuasive text even more influential, we have to employ empathic words and expressions. These are used to highlight important details in text, and this is used to show you have strong feelings about what you are saying by putting stress or emphasis. Let's have an example under opinion. The Philippines needs a president with a soft heart for the poor and needy, but an iron fist for the lawbreakers. And this one is an example under assertion. The Philippines needs a president who could help the poor by improving the economy and social welfare programs and diminish crime by strictly promoting law and order and strengthening the justice system. From the examples, we can conclude that an opinion is a judgment formed based on one's emotions and thoughts and not necessarily on fact or knowledge. On the other hand, when someone makes a statement investing his strong belief in it as if it's true though it may not be, he is making an assertion. It is a confident and forceful statement of fact and a belief. Let's go back to the sample opinion. The sentence is an opinion because it is a belief or judgment that falls short of absolute condition, certainty, or positive knowledge. It is a conclusion that certain facts or ideas are probably true or likely to prove so. Meanwhile, this statement is an assertion. Just like what I said earlier, when someone makes a statement concerning his strong belief in it, as if it is true, though it may not be, he is making an assertion. It is a stylistic approach or a technique involving a strong declaration, a forceful of confident and positive statement regarding a belief or a fact. Sometimes, assertion does not need proof or any support because its main purpose is to express ideas or feelings directly. Let us always remember that it is good to use or give assertions when writing persuasive speech, but it must be based from facts. You can also do a research regarding the topic or argument that you are going to write. You have to back up your thoughts and opinions with factual information to persuade your audience more. To make it more understandable, let's have another example of opinion. In this sentence, every Filipino shall unite as one to win the battle against COVID-19 pandemic. This is an opinion because it expresses a personal view on how to fight COVID-19 without giving or including factual information. Let's make the first sentence an assertion. Every Filipino shall unite as one in following the government directives like physical distancing and wearing masks when going to public places so that we can win the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. This statement, as you can notice, becomes more forceful and positive as you have factual information included to it. Let's have another example under opinion. Most of the Valenzuela residents are happy and satisfied with the way their city government responds in the COVID-19 crisis. Once again, this is an opinion because it is not based on factual information. It is how someone feels based on his perspective on the response of the city government in the COVID-19 crisis. Let's turn this one into assertion. This one is an example of assertion. Most of the Valenzuela residents are happy and satisfied for mass testing, Market on Wheels, and other programs launched by their city government in response to COVID-19 crisis. This is better than before, right? Because of the details that we added that are based from factual information. Thus, assertion can make your persuasive essays better. Once again, let's differentiate opinion versus assertion. An opinion is a judgment formed based on one's emotions and thoughts, while assertion is a confident and forceful statement of fact and a belief. Now that we are done differentiating the two, I am sure that you are ready to know the techniques on how to emphasize a point in your essays. Let us always remember that emphasizing a point or ideas are important skills when writing down reports and essays. This will help you clarify your ideas and adds clarity to your work. Before we go to the techniques on how to emphasize our point in our persuasive speech, let's define first persuasive speech. A persuasive speech is a specific type of speech in which the speaker has a goal of convincing the audience to accept his or her point of view. Persuasive speech intends to influence the beliefs, attitudes, values, and acts of others. When you are writing a persuasive essays, you need to be well versed in word selection, framing logical arguments, and even creating a strong cohesive closing argument. This is important to persuade your readers to believe on what you are delivering. Why is it important to know how to write a persuasive essays? This is important as when students want to discuss a topic, he or she has to do research regarding his or her chosen topic. It gives him or her more time or opportunity to share what he or she believes in. Engaging in persuasive writing helps students to improve their skills, such as different styles of writing, writing structure, doing research, and forming evidences based on logical conclusions, opinions, and arguments. This one is the link on the basis of this information. Let's go now to the steps and even the techniques on emphasizing a point. The step 1 is giving your opinion. The use of a modifying word or phrase helps express and emphasize your opinion. We can use without a doubt, for example, as a phrase in giving our opinion. Without a doubt, this film is the best rendition I have ever seen. The opinion here is the film is the best rendition he or she has ever seen. But as you can see, we added the phrase without a doubt. we are able to emphasize our point when we added it on our opinion. Step 2, you have to qualify your opinion. When you give your opinion, you should leave a room for others to qualify your opinion and not sound too much of a dictator. We can use hardly any doubt or even almost when giving our opinion. There is hardly any doubt that it will rain this afternoon. The use of hardly any doubt makes the statement convincing. It is almost improbable to commit a mistake after all the control we have done. Using almost makes it powerful. Let's go now to step 3, making a strong assertion. The use of certain words and phrases establish a strong opinion about what you believe in, just like what we have mentioned earlier. Let's have the examples. It is simply unkind to give that remark about Elisa. This is merely the first in a series of fortunate events. The sheer brilliance of your answer is overwhelming. The use of these words or phrases make it more convincing for the readers and listeners, as it sounds as if the author or speaker gives them uncertainty or certainty rather about what he or she is delivering. The next one is the step 4. Emphasize your point. To emphasize a point, the repetition of words or the use of words and phrases that have long vowel sounds put emphasis. We have more and more plus adjective. The ads everywhere are becoming more and more difficult to avoid. We also have the more than plus adjective. With all the efforts exerted, it is more than likely that the group will fail. Repetition of words and the use of phrases with long vowel sounds put emphasis to what we are saying. This will help the speaker to highlight his point of view. Let's go now to step 5, giving examples. To give your opinion at times may not be enough to convince others. Giving examples to support your statement is a useful tool. We can give examples by using this one. In case of plus noun. In the case of Mr. Santos, the committee had made the final decision. This is an example of plus clause. This is an example of the possible things that may arise if we did not follow the government protocols regarding the COVID-19. We can also use such as plus noun. Detractors of this bill, such as Senators Dumlao and Cruz, assert that. The last step that we have is summarize your opinion. Lastly, after all the efforts to emphasize your opinion and support your statements, it is important to summarize your opinion to further ascertain that what you are saying is true and well backed up by various resources. Using phrases to conclude can help you emphasize your point, such as in conclusion, all in all, and in the end. In conclusion, allow me to stress my strong support for. All in all, I believe we must proceed in this path due to. In the end, immediate response to this catastrophe is of utmost importance. And those are the techniques or the steps on how to emphasize a point. Let's go back to all the 6 steps in emphasizing a point for we to remember it. The first one is to give your opinion. Second, qualify your opinion. Third, make a strong assertion. Fourth, emphasize your point. Fifth, give examples. And sixth, summarize your opinion. And that's all for our lesson for today. I hope you have learned something on how to emphasize your point of view when you are writing a persuasive speech or a persuasive essay. Good luck, students, and have a good day.